guess, defence versus attack.
Yeah, I mean, the best sides up the top of the ladder board each year usually have better defences going around. So it's always very difficult when you get to finals time of being able to try and score. And there's an old saying that defence wins premierships, and a lot of people think that. And it's something that we try to ride ourselves on as well. Is we want to be one of the best defensive sides as well, but at the same time you need to be able to score. So. Once you come to finals, it's difficult to score no matter who you're playing against, especially, going to Fremantle and playing them who have been renowned for a choking side and, to holding scores really low. So it's going to be a great battle, and, it's one that we're really looking forward to.
Speaking of avenues to go, I mean, you kicked 6 against Freo in round 23. I think you have 2 against Richmond, but I think the club had 8 players with at least 2 goals. What do you think is the best sort of measure of the side's attack?
Oh, geez, I mean, I think every side likes to have as many goal kickers as they can and as an even spread as they can, because that just makes it so much harder for the defenders to, figure out which player they think they need to shut down each week. When you've got a versatile forward line and everyone's kicking goals, your midfielders included, it creates real headaches for the opposition. And that's where the defence comes back into things, and team defence these days is such a massive thing for every club. You're not one person defending, or you're not 6 backs, you're 18 on the ground. You all have to defend together to be able to stop a good side kicking goals.
So how confident are you guys? How confident are you this week?
Oh yeah, look, we're going over there to win. We want to win, and we'll give it a red hot crack. We know that our good footy will hold up. Our best footy will hold up, and we'll need to play at our best to beat Freo. But we're confident that the boys can do that. We played really well on the weekend, and the boys played some of their best footy in that first half. On the weekend, so boys are confident going over there, and we give ourselves a good chance. But we make no mistake. We know who we're going to play and what sort of footy we have to play to get the job done, and that's our best footy, and that's what we're hoping to put out.
So last time, 2 weeks ago, they had that 9-goal unanswered run. What have you learnt from that? What are you going to do differently?
Oh, look, that'll be something for the coaches to put in place, little different things, and as something that Kenny's spoken about during the year. It's a massive part of the game of being able to, regain momentum and stop momentum of the opposition sides, and that's something that we didn't do well against them last time. And having said that, we were able to gain it later, but it was just too late by that stage, and we need to stop that earlier and try and get it back on our terms. Maybe slow the game down a little bit if they start to get a run on or something like that, just to turn it into a bit more of a contest, and then try and start and reset from there, and then run on and try and get it going back our way. So.
Freo have won 28 of their last 30 over there at Subiaco. Does that make it a challenge and more daunting, I guess?
You don't think about it too much. You just think about the fact that you're going to Perth and you've got to play Fremantle, and that's a big enough challenge as it is without looking at stats or anything like that. It's like going to play Geelong and Geelong as well. It's a very tough ask, and it's something that not many clubs do. But at the same time, we're going over there confident, with the expectation that we'll play our best footy, and that should be good enough to get the job done.
Pretty handy for you that looks like neither Johnson nor McFarlane will be up for this one.
Oh yeah, look, I mean, I really think people underrate Silvani. He's super quick, and he's really strong in the contest. So, and I think he played really well on Buddy last week as well. So I'm assuming he'll come to me, and he stitched me up last time as well when we played him here in Adelaide. So I mean, I've got enormous respect for him as a player, and I think some people undervalue his ability in their side. So look, they've got a great defensive unit as one, like I was saying before as well. They defend right from their forward pocket all the way to their back pocket, and you got to work really hard. You got to be smart, and you got to have good skills coming through the ground to be able to get some good footy into your forward line.
Joe, I'd like to talk about strategies today and during the weekend. There'll be more build up to the game. The boss line came out late yesterday and said, forget about all that. It's going to be won by real men who put their head over the footy and do all the hard things. Do you believe that? And are you guys up for that challenge? Can you match with them in that category?
Yeah, look, I think we can, and I don't think it's any secret that once you come to finals footy, even your contested ball becomes even bigger of an indicator, I guess, than what it does through the season. Everyone says during the season that if you're winning contested ball or you're thereabouts, then you're a good chance to be winning the game, and that's what finals footy is all about. It's all about the contest and who wants to go low and harder, and who wants to get the ball and get it going your way. And spend more time of the ball in your forward half. So you know, it's going to be, heat's going to be on. It's going to be a massive game. It was 2 weeks ago when we were there as well, and it's a great game of footy, and we expect nothing less. You know, I mean, they're a bloody good side. That's why they played in the grand final last year. So we know our best footy is what it's going to take, and we think that if we put that out there, then we're a real good shot.
He's clearly trying to get some sort of psychological advantage over you guys, but did you guys show, with what Ken Hinkley showed, use that brutality word against Richmond, that you could match it in the physical stakes with anyone?
No, I think we need to focus, you know, pretty heavily on what we need to do. And we know it's going to be a physical game. For you know, finals games always are. So you expect nothing less, and you have to be able to stand up when the heat's on and in the battle. And our guys really did on the weekend, and we'll carry that hopefully into this week and hopefully put it out again.
How's that with Matty White going? Do you expect him to get up?
Oh, look, we're very hopeful. He'll be given every opportunity. He'll come and travel with us, and you know, we're very hopeful. But at the end of the day, it'll be a decision between him and the doctors. So I can't give you any more than that at the moment. I'd love him to play, and hope he does.
Is he going to train tonight?
Not sure if he's going to train tonight, but I'm pretty sure he'll do the training over in Perth with us. But I'm not sure about tonight, actually. Yeah.
Do you look to last year's, I guess, missed opportunity against Geelong, where you had a 5-goal break and things like that, especially personally? Do you look back and try and use that as motivation for this week to go that next step?
Yeah, you always look on missed opportunities, I guess, and there's always lots of if, buts and maybes with footy, and you try not to dwell on things. You just try and learn from things, and you know, in that game we got beaten in contested footy, and our skill was what killed us in the second half of footy. And like I was saying just before, the contested footy is such a massive part of today's game, and it's something that every club focuses on, and we're no different. So obviously, I mean, obviously I want to win and want to make it to a prelim, and then want to win that and want to make it to a granny. So you know, you try and draw on whatever you can, past experiences, you know, present experiences, and you know, try and use that to the best of your ability to give you an edge.
How much does that hurt from losing that game? I know Ken spoke about it at the time. How much does that hurt? Does that drive you this week? You know, you're back in exactly the same final.
Yeah, we are, and it excites me. You know, that's what I'm saying. You draw on that experience from last year, and I still remember what it was like in the rooms afterwards, and you remember what it's like on the ground after the siren goes, and you just don't want to go there. I want to come to training next week and have another week of training, and you know, still be involved in footy. I don't want footy to finish yet, so you draw on that as best you can, and you know, hopefully everyone does, and you know, hopefully it's enough to help us.
Have you noticed any difference? I mean, in the build-up or the vibe around the group in the lead-up to these two finals compared to the finals last year?
No, not really. Yeah, pretty similar. It's pretty hard to think about the weeks leading up to it. You're that excited and looking forward to the game that much, to be involved in finals. Such a special time. I mean, you know, I've played footy for a long time, and like we all know, last year was my first experience in finals, and it's just such an enjoyable time. And like I was saying, you want to come to training, and you want to still be training, because if you're not training, then that means it's it. So I want to come to training next week. And
so were you surprised by the result on the weekend, how big it was, and what do you guys take out of it?
I might be surprised by how big it was, but I'm not surprised by how our boys played. I think we've openly said that we think we've been building as a group for, you know, the last month now, and it didn't surprise me that the boys came out and played that way. Probably the amount of the score in the end surprised me a bit. But when you have a team that comes out like that and plays with such intensity and in your face, it can be really damaging, as we saw. And you know, and like people say, what usually first happens in finals is the heat goes up, which happened from both sides, but it's the side that can then have the skills to go with it as well. And our guys were just really clean on the weekend, and their skills are right up, and it turns into scores, and then the scores go up quickly, and it was an amazing experience, an amazing game, and you know, we take a lot of confidence out of it, and hopefully we can come out and do the same again this week.
Joe, you mentioned Freo's renowned for their defence, but when they get the ball inside 50, they make the most of the opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
They attack through that corridor.
Yeah.
How do you guys combat that, knowing that they're probably going to go through the middle of the ground when they get inside 50?
Yeah, it's you got to be careful sometimes of trying to block up spaces as well, because then they'll sort of go the other way and go around you. And I remember 2 weeks ago, Ballantyne kicked, I think, 3 of his 4 from the boundary, and so you got to be careful of blocking space in general. You have to try and get your numbers back to obviously clog their space, but you have to. If the ball's coming in quick, it's very hard for your defenders to try and stop ball movement. So that's why the forwards and our midfielders play such a big role in making sure that ball isn't getting in there quickly and cleanly. We've got to try and make sure it's as slow as possible, that we've got our mids and our forwards to help them get back and defend. So we've got can hopefully help out whoever's playing on Pav, those big guys as well, and just make sure the ball's moving as slowly as possible into their forward line, because if it moves quick, their small guys are that dangerous, and their big guys are super skilled as well. So it's all about trying to move the ball as slowly as possible into their forward line, so we've got as many numbers in there as possible to get the ball to ground and then hopefully run it back out.
You spoke about contested footy before. I guess an area that Freo are fantastic at is clearances. Also an area that you guys were great, especially in the first half last week. How important is it to win that battle? Yeah,
it's massive. I mean, any time you've got a bloke in there that's 6 foot, 16 foot, 12 or something, he's just a massive player for him, and a massive advantage. He's just such a big man to try and get around or jump around, and Lobes will have a big job again this week, and he works as hard as any as well, Lobes. So it's about our midfielders trying to set up to nullify where he's going to hit the ball, and their midfielders around, because their midfielders are so dangerous as well. So it'll be a good battle in there with our mids and their mids. They're a really good clearance side, as you said, and our boys go pretty well as well. So there's going to be little battles all over the ground on the weekend, and it's going to be a great game of footy. Our boys are really excited about it.
And Nathan Fyfe back in from your last play them, how has he changed the dynamics?
Yeah, huge. I mean, he won the MVP award last night, and I think rightly so. And he's an absolute talent, and he's that new age midfielder who's 6'2" and tall and can jump and mark, but can run all day as well, and he's strong. So it adds another spanner in the works for our midfielders, but they'll do their due diligence and do their homework as best they can, and we'll go out there and have a crack.
It's tough to tag because of his height. He's not the usual midfielder, is he? He
Yeah.
can mark the ball so well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He's got such a good leap as well when he goes up forward and he kicks goals. So any midfielder that can jump, catch the ball, but can also run all day, and is a real tough inside midfielder. It's like I was saying, it's the new age midfielders these days. They're getting the size of key forwards. So it's they're tough to match up on. So we've got a couple of decent sized boys in our midfield as well. So hopefully we'll give them some headaches as well.
The club tweeted about J-Mac 2 years. Do you sort of bottle that emotion a bit going into the game? Oh,
look, there's not a day goes past when the boys don't think about that, and that'll always be in the boys' minds. And that's a tough one to talk about a little bit. It's always an emotional time, and it's always a time for remembering and those sorts of things. But we know him as a person. He wouldn't want us to get hung up on it too much, and he's always there with us when we run out every week. And so.
Obviously, it's a long trip out west there, coming off a 6-day break. Is that significant at all in your preparation and build up this week? No,
I don't think so. I think our history, especially throughout this year on 6-day breaks, we've performed really well. So we'll be right. We're not thinking about that too much. We just try and get the boys in as best nick they can. And I don't think you think about it too much, especially in finals. Everyone's just on the edge of their seat wanting to play the next game. So we'll be fine.
Given that you have been starved of success before coming here and you don't have that many years in front of you,
it's a bit harsh.
What is
just kicking me out the door.
what does winning a flag mean to you before your time?
No, it means everything. I mean, as a footballer, that's why you play the game, and think about it daily, think about it regularly as you're going, and that's what I'm saying. I want to come to training next week, because if I'm coming to training next week, I know there's still a chance that may happen. So That's all that drives me at the moment, and drives our group, and I think it drives every footballer that plays.